The following is a presentation of the Noisespace Network. Find more great podcasts at noisespace.xyz. We begin in Southern California 3 decades ago. 2 red souls were brought to this earth, separated by just a scant few miles and unbeknownst to each other. The fates kept them separate as they grew from brash whelps into homosexual young women with hard opinions about cheaply made processed foods. One of them, a black-clad warrior, fighting for metals heavy and corn syrups high fructose. The other, a living embodiment of no-calorie soda, literally begging the gods to strike her down where she stands, or at least strike her with a cease and desist order. Now, the world has united these two to clash over their cheap foodstuffs, and we meet them here, the battlefield, where they are destined for eternal combat. Ladies and ghouls, it is my pleasure to welcome you to Diet Coke and Lilith's House of Snacks.
I'm Diet Coke.
And I'm Lilith. And this is our House of Snacks. Hey, Diet Coke.
Hey, Lilith. How the fuck are you doing today?
How the fuck am I doing? I'm all right.
You're all right?
Yeah. I'm trying to think if anything interesting has happened to me in the past week.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah, that can be tough. I don't know. Has anything interesting happened to me in the last week?
I don't know.
Some weird guy was talking to me on my lunch break. Is that anything?
What was the guy talking to you about?
Well, first his opener. Okay, so we passed each other, and then he stops to flag me down to try to talk to me. It was a rainy day.
Okay.
So I was walking around with my umbrella.
It's giving you a little Foley.
Thank you. I appreciated that. We passed each other. He's kind of an old guy, big sunglasses, big chain.
Okay.
He flags me down to talk to me, and his opening line is "Nice day we're having, isn't it?"
Okay.
And which I found curious because it's not. I mean, people like the rain, but it's not typically something you say on like a gloomy, rainy day.
It's something I would say. So maybe
Maybe. So I said sure, and then it was just he kept trying to talk to me. He was trying to figure out where I worked.
Right.
And then I just said, "It's my lunch break, man. I gotta get back." So I guess the answer is it's not interesting.
I don't know. It was there was a beginning and middle, and
there was a beginning and a middle for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. I just wanted to eat my hot fries in peace. I had some. You ever mess with the Cheetos hot fries to bring it back to snacks?
It's Cheetos hot fries. That's just the no. Well, I mean, I've
had
them.
Chester's hot fries.
I've had them, sure. I've had them used as an ingredient in other things.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I find when I encounter a hot Cheeto situation using something else, it's usually the hot Cheeto itself because it's a little more sturdy than the hot fry.
Well, sometimes you want a less sturdy thing.
That's that's true.
Yeah,
you make a good point there.
Like, for example,
less sturdy doesn't mean
World
less
Trade
useful.
Center. Am I right?
Yeah, you wanted something that would fall right down.
Yeah.
Because of their plans they had.
Because of the plans that they had, yes.
That they knew about.
That they knew about when they made
What are we suggesting? I don't know who built the World Trade Center, but I guess we are implicating them in 9/11.
That they planned so far in the future that they were like, we are gonna knock these motherfuckers down. Hell yeah. Get them.
Were you aware of them as an object before the big day?
Like, if I had seen them in a painting or like a picture of New York, I would have been like, that makes this picture of the New York skyline is correct. But I wasn't like, I know about the World Trade Center. I know about those two big old towers. I'd never been to New York. I still haven't been to New York.
Yeah, same. We're of a similar age, and I don't even know that I would say I was that familiar. Like if you like, I knew the Empire State Building. I don't think I knew about the Twin Towers. So my point is, I have no idea how long they existed before the big day.
That's a good question. I want to just throw out and say they were built in either the 60s or the 70s.
I believe that.
Center Towers history.
You ever think fondly of the
built primarily between
the party music where they're destroying the Twin Towers?
1966 and 1975.
You right in the pocket. You were exactly correct.
Boom.
That's incredible.
Yeah. And yes, I do also think about the Coos canceled album that I did. The album actually came out.
The album came out. It's called Party Music. The cover they ended up using is like a hand holding a martini that's on fire.
But there was a much cooler
photo of them standing in front of the exploding Twin Towers, holding music equipment as if it's a detonator.
Yes.
And that was supposed to release in September of 2001. But they went ahead and canceled that cover, placed it with a different one.
God.
I also love that Boots wanted to release the cover anyway. Boots Riley from Man on the Coup said, no, put that cover out. It'll get people talking.
Yeah. I fucking love Boots Riley. There was a number of years that he was following me on Tumblr, and he never interacted with any of my posts. He probably just hit a button on accident one day. But probably just didn't check his Tumblr often enough to realize the kind of person he was following. Which is fair.
Yeah.
I've done that before.
Hey, we've all done that. We've all been online.
Yeah.
We've all used the magical road that is the internet.
Yeah. It was cool being the kind of person who was very aware of who. Yeah, I was like a big fan of Boots Riley's music for a number of years before Sorry to Bother You came out. And that was a cool time. It's a cool time for everybody like losing their mind over this movie, and I'm just like, yeah.
I'm with you. I wasn't a huge fan of them before Sorry. I think I did kind of kick into Overdrive over Sorry to Bother You, but I had listened to Party Music actually a lot in high school.
Yeah. When so it wasn't actually so I found the Coup, but like his band with Tom Morello. Street Sweeper Social Club toured with 9 Inch Nails and Jane's Addiction.
I listened to a lot of them too. That I found them through my dad, of all people.
Hell yeah! Well, I mean, my dad bought the tickets to that show, so
hell yeah. This episode's for dads. This is the pro dad episode of House
Daddy
of
Cast.
We're daddy casting today.
Yeah,
all you daddies out there. You go ahead and cast yourself some whatever you like to cast. And,
I
have a good
assume
time.
Fishing line.
I was so in the headspace of the way that we homosexuals tend to use the term daddy that I was gonna say thick ropes, but then I remembered that we did start this out talking about our actual dads, and so I kind of wanted to steer away from that decision.
You didn't want to talk about our actual dads as thick ropes?
I mean, they must have done it. That's those thick ropes is us, you know. I was on something of a thick rope myself.
All right, let's hit that snack description. Hey, what's up? It's me, the Razzler, from TikTok and from the Sam's Club Boys. I just want to let you know about my new drink, Powerade Sour Buzz Blue Raz. Powerade Sour Buzz, Powerade Sour Blue Raz. It's a part of the line of Powerade products that have sour power with a rush of blue raspberry flavor. Diet Coke and Lilith will die decades before I do.
I felt we needed some kind of sting to take us in and out of the intro.
Yeah. I appreciate that. Well, that was
a little grim,
sobering.
Yeah. But it's true.
Yeah. The Razzler.
Unless we,
Yeah,
unless something happens.
We kill that Razzler.
We kill the Razzler.
Yeah, it's simple.
Tony, delete that part.
Fine.
Stupid.
We can. I think we can threaten to kill the Razzler, not the Rizzler.
Yeah, we can threaten to not the Rizzler. The Rizzler's safe. We would never dream of harming the Rizzler.
No.
Razzler.
I still don't understand who the Rizzler is.
I think he goes to Costco and he likes the double chunk chocolate cookie, or maybe he likes the chicken.
So
bake.
do
I think they each have a different flavor they like.
I also like chocolate chunk cookies at Costco. I don't go to Costco maybe as often as the Rizzler does. If I start going to Costco
today,
if I start going to Costco more often and enjoying their cookies, do I get to be the Rizzler?
I think so. I think that's how it works. I think you just have to be the number one cookie enjoyer.
Okay.
I still haven't had the double chunk chocolate cookie. It's relatively new to the Costco food court lineup.
Wow.
And I have not sampled it yet.
I feel like I've been hearing about the Rizzler for 6 years.
Well, that can't be because he's like a child, right?
Yeah, that's right.
6 years ago, he would have been like a toddler.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
I can feel my bones aging when I talk about.
Hey, I'm the one who works at a damn school. I'm feeling my bones aging all the time. Get over it.
So true. That's so true.
Powerade Sour Blue Raz. Now, I have been saying for a while that I would love to see a sour element more prominently featured in a lot of sweet drinks.
Yeah, and a lot of sweet drinks and a lot of, specifically, I think, sports drinks. We discussed this.
Well, yeah, but also I do think soda is more where it should live because the bubbles is like the sour crystals, you know?
Yes. I would love more sour sodas.
Yeah.
But you go to war.
Woman cannot live on
the Powerade that you have. Not. We both went for some really whack idioms there.
Yeah, we did.
Mine was Donald Rumsfeld.
Is that an idiom if it's just a thing Donald Rumsfeld said within our lifetimes?
It's a thing that Donald Rumsfeld said within our lifetimes that has weirdly become an idiom of mine. Like, I don't know if anybody else uses it.
I think I know why both of us do it all the time. This is a guess. Maybe it's not true for you. But we were both, I think, Harmontown listeners back in the day, and he spent a whole episode riffing on... Oh, no? Really?
No, yeah.
Why did I think you had that darkness in your past like I do?
I mean, we're both, community and general just kind of... Yeah.
Well, anyway, he did a whole episode where he riffed on that phrase a few times many years ago, and that's why it's always bubbling around in my head.
No, I think I just thought it was so cool when that guy said it about how, why
we're big
soldiers
Rumsfeld heads on this.
he was like talking about like, why are we sending people to go to Iraq with basically like fucking aluminum foil duct taped to their chests so they die very quickly to IEDs? Well, it's because we didn't think we were going to do this.
Yeah. You go to the war with the army you have, not the army you might wish you might. I don't even remember the real quote because I more remember Dan Harmon's Garfield-themed version, which was you go to Monday with the lasagna you have, not the lasagna you wish you might have had.
I believe it was just that you go to war with the army that you have, not the army you wish you had, or something along those lines. And, the funny thing, didn't he say that? Gotta look this up.
The thing about people our age is that we're always a little permanently mad about the George W. Bush administration.
Yes, absolutely.
This is something I've encountered with my wife a lot as well. Certain subjects come up and we just kind of get on a tear about them. Because that shit was fucked and it happened when we were like teenagers.
Here's the thing that first of all, fuck that. Like, fuck that completely. Okay, it's not the army you might want or wish to have at a later time is the exact phrasing there. Now I need to... Yeah, so this was 8 December of 2004 that Donald Rumsfeld said this, which was like a year and a half into the invasion of Iraq. So like I think they had some time to get the fucking army they wanted by then.
Yeah, almost like they had an entire generation. There definitely exists now father and son Iraq war veterans.
Yeah.
Yet still somehow problems persisted. Wonder how that works.
All right. Well, Should we drink a Powerade now?
Yeah, I did want to get into a bit of the Powerade versus Gatorade situation.
Yeah.
Powerade's kind of boasting here about they have more electrolytes. I don't know if this is a placebo effect, but I know Gatorade always hits way harder in my personal
Gatorade
opinion.
hits way harder. It's better.
I've taken to having mixes of lemon lime Gatorade and Diet Coke because that's available at a gas station near me, and that is like it's like a fucking speedball of rejuvenation.
That is. I gotta try that. That sounds fucking fun. Honestly,
it's really good. I had to go into a 7-Eleven and I tried it with what they had on offer, which was Blue Powerade and Diet Coke. Not the same. Did not strike nearly as nice. But let's take a sip of this Blue Raz.
Let's take a sipperoo.
See, this is the problem I always have with Powerade. Too sweet, not enough flavor. What I'm mostly tasting here is sugar. This mostly just kind of tastes like sugar water with a... I mean, I get how they're able to sell it as sour. That's in there.
It's in there.
But it's like... It's so weak.
And it's just like sweet and sour and not flavor. It just has sour, not
There's
flavor.
like... It is like a LaCroix amount of flavor. Like, I can kind of sense the distant presence of Blue Raz in this drink. But it's not showing up in a big way like we would really like it to.
Mm-hmm. Get more flavor in there. Not just sugar, not just sour. Flavor.
Yeah, it does kind of taste like a, albeit much more successful version, but in the same family as that rancid Sunkissed blueberry lemonade we tried.
Similar.
It is in some way reminiscent of that.
Yes. So, okay, I'm going to ask you to make a command decision right now. I'm going to ask you to, kind of decide whether or not you want to go to war with the army that you blah, 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 blah. We've been discussing for quite some time. There's 3 flavors of this motherfucker.
Yeah. I was going to buy another flavor.
Yeah. Do you really want to dedicate 3 episodes to...
No, I don't.
Yeah, neither do I, but I have all 3 flavors right now. So, How about Sour Power Hour?
Yep.
I just go get my other 2 flavors.
Yeah,
and I just give my impressions
the other one.
now. That sound good?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Let's rock and roll.
Wrong button, but it's true.
Said is that I'm transgender.
So what are the 2 other flavors? I know watermelon's one of them, but
watermelon
I don't recall
lime.
The third one. Oh, watermelon lime. That's interesting.
And then the other one's green apple.
Huh. I think one of them, they should be shooting a little lower with the taste. I don't trust them to come pull off a watermelon lime well. Yes. And then green apple, I think that maybe you need to shoot a little higher with the taste. Maybe don't pick just the most obvious sour flavor.
Yeah,
I don't really see that working in a big ass bottle. Like this.
I'm gonna just because I'm like most. I want to save watermelon lime for last because I think that is like interesting. Green apple, I feel like I'm gonna taste it and I'm just gonna be like, okay, whatever. So I'm popping that motherfucker open. I think if you had me do the Pepsi challenge between, and it would have to be blindfolded, obviously, between the Blue Raz and the green apple, I have difficulty with it.
Yeah.
Which is pretty gnarly considering how different those flavors are.
I have such little respect for Powerade. They're over here bragging about their 50% more electrolytes than leading sports drinks.
That's
and
just salt.
Fucking trash next to Gatorade. They don't make you feel as good. They don't taste as good. When I'm looking for Gatorade and all I see is Powerade, I get pissed off.
Yeah. The most confusing and frustrating place that I'm often seeing Powerade is the fucking taps at McDonald's. What are you doing there?
Well, because Coke makes it. That's why. Coke makes Powerade.
But there's a lot of There's a lot of places that have Coke shit on tap that don't have Blue Powerade there.
Yeah, they should just drop it altogether. You're right.
Yeah, weird.
And it's not impossible either. I've had the Kirkland Gatorade knockoff, and it's great. They do wonderful things. You can easily make a non-Gatorade that hits like Gatorade.
Yeah.
But Powerade ain't it. Act like it's 2016 and I'm a corporation trying to look cool on Twitter.
Powerade just ain't it. I don't know if y'all could like see that, but I did like a finger wag, like ain't it? Like
yeah,
the finger
yeah,
wag was in. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna try watermelon lime. My expectations are not
lime goes.
high at all. Okay, I've been trying to shake these after I have my first disappointing sip to see if that helps. Sure. This time I'm shaking it before.
Yeah, I meant to talk about this too. Gatorade used to say shake well and doesn't anymore. I don't see any shake well on here.
On the pod. Yeah.
I did want to discuss how Powerade stands with it. I don't know if Powerade ever said it, but I'm not seeing it on my bottle now.
Yeah. That's not watermelon lime. That's watermelon sour.
Yeah, and I'll say kind of what I was expecting.
It's better than all the other shit.
Watermelon seems in their wheelhouse. They things that are also Jolly Rancher flavors are kind of what I associate with Powerade sometimes.
Yeah,
like a watered down Jolly Rancher.
Yeah, and I mean honestly, like about one Jolly Rancher's worth of flavor is about what I would assign to an entire bottle of Powerade.
Yeah, and these are big bottles. I don't know about your size of bottle, but the ones they got at my local are pretty sizable. They're the 28 ounces.
Yeah, 28 ounces. I have 3 28-ounce bottles in front of me, and I have...
International listeners, that's 828 milliliters. Sorry.
Or 1.75 pints.
Let's say, Yeah.
I
couldn't figure out what PT meant. That's why I didn't say that
one. 1.75 physical therapies.
Yep. 1.75 playable trailers.
All right. Well, this is bad.
The drink, I'm going to call it a would not drink. And it's also a would not buy.
Yeah. For me, it's going to be a would not buy.
I have absolutely no fucking money. I have no hope of getting any money until COVID is finished.
And it is a would not drink.
No!
This is not very good.
No! Yeah, it's not very good. It's not very good at all.
No. Here's the bonus of it, though. It was not very expensive.
Yeah, that's true.
75 cents a bottle or something like that when I got them.
What did you say?
75 cents, something like that.
Oh,
I don't
really?
remember. I got them at Winco a really long time ago, and they've just been sitting in my fridge. Yeah,
I so wish I lived near a Winco. So mine was considerably more expensive, but for the dollar store, a bottle of this size, $2.25 is cheaper than normal.
Yeah.
But I did pay $2.25 for this fucker.
Now here's a question for you.
What's that?
Here's a fun little, almost our version of a desert island question. Okay. You are very tired. Let's say you've been walking a long way. You've still got a long ways to walk. You walk into the gas station. Gatorade, fresh out. All your favorite sodas, fresh out. They've got Powerade, and they also have sour Powerade. What's your move?
I mean, are they out of water as well? Do they not have... I'd take a fucking Dasani even over these two chuckleheads.
Okay. You're craving a sports drink.
Okay.
That's in this scenario, you are craving a sports drink.
In this scenario, I'm probably going to go for the regular red Powerade. Honestly.
Okay.
I don't know why they push the blue so hard always. I think their red is a slightly better drink. Mm-hmm. That's what I would go for.
I am going to say, if I have this whole line and the Powerade regular line, I'm going for Powerade Sour Watermelon Lime.
Interesting.
I think it is the best Powerade I've ever tasted, which is damning with the faintest of praise.
Yeah. I'm so glad we're in agreement on Powerade. If I came on here and you were like, Powerade's low-key better than Gatorade, if I heard you saying that, I'd be like, God damn. It's time to bring back the old fucking Diet Coke and Lilith. It's time to bring back the two monkeys fighting.
No fucking way. Absolutely no fucking way. Powerade's gross. It
Powerade
sucks. It's miserable. I don't know.
People who longtime listeners know how joyous we feel about Gatorade.
Yes.
So you can really see the contrast here.
This is not anti-sports drink.
Yeah.
It's Powerade is a bad one.
Powerade sucks.
It's really awful. Love yourself. Be better than Powerade, which is not a hard thing to do. I feel like
plastic bag.
I don't want to. We're not a news podcast or anything like that.
Sure.
But there's a literal brainwormed shithead at the head of Health and Human Services, and he's trying to do weird shithead things.
Yeah.
Did you see the fucking Steak and Shake bullshit?
I sure did.
Holy fuck. Bad restaurant already.
Yeah, I'm really I did know it. I did have that, kind of almost vindicating experience of a restaurant I already hated for other reasons now gave me a good reason to hate them.
Yeah. Which is that if you're not following the news, they decided to announce that they're doing their fries in beef tallow again, which however you feel about that, I'm not a big person to talk about the ethics of whatever, but they did it with an ad campaign that was so clearly Nazi dog whistles, which is so fucking bizarre that they were just like, come here if you hate Jews and gay people.
I mean, isn't that bizarre? They're following what's popular. They said make fries with beef towel again. Or
they are following.
They're clearly just like,
we're living.
This is what's in. We're gonna make money, and we're gonna see a lot more fucking corporations follow.
Yeah.
In the coming, who knows how many years? Really, who knows if we'll make it? But we're gonna see it a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, but this may be a portent of things to come, and I just want to say, I think it's easy to say this about a place that you don't give a shit about because I haven't eaten at a Steak and Shake in I think I tried a Steak and Shake once and was like, this was not worth the too expensive that it was.
That's exactly how my feeling.
Folks, you probably are going to see a lot of places signal very similar things. And
sorry, go ahead.
I don't care if it's fucking Whataburger. If the place starts throwing up, fucking Roman salutes, quote unquote, to sell their fucking French fries, don't walk through their doors.
Yeah, In-N-Out pulls that shit. I'm no longer am I in and out. I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah. We gotta and I'm of course, pay attention to coordinated boycott efforts. BDS is still very important and everything like that.
That's right.
But it doesn't have to be a coordinated boycott effort either. If you see shit like that, just trust your own instincts. That place, Steak and Shakes have become a Nazi bar. It's not. Yeah, it's really bad. I don't know. I didn't mean to pull over the whole podcast to kind of rant about this stuff, but God, we are living in a world where we kind of have to be thinking about this stupid bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of impossible not to, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
And that's the thing that's really frustrating about it is that it is deeply stupid, is that we are living in a fucking really, really stupid fascist nightmare, but that's always been the case. The fucking old school Nazis, they were fucking idiots. They were absolute fucking morons who strong-armed their way to the top, and now we got new ones, so we have to do what has to be done.
Yeah, there's a way. We all know there's a way to handle Nazis.
We all know.
We all saw that movie.
We saw all that movie, Baby Geniuses 2.
Yep.
And we all know how Baby Geniuses 2 ends with the bad baby genius in a bunker.
Yep. People don't talk about that as much as you'd think. How Baby Geniuses 2 I think it's called Super Babies or something. It's like Babies and uses to with a colon. It does end with the head bad baby in a bunker taking his own life.
Uh-huh. Well, sorry, I don't know. Is that...
No, that was...
I hate,
yeah.
I hate, being preachy on a podcast, but
I understand that, but yeah, I think that was fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, hey,
Seems
bud.
like it's kind of... time is running out up here.
Yeah, it's kind of feeling like time is running out,
Yeah.
Kind of feel like I can't cross international borders anymore. There's several states that I can't go to, including one that I grew up in. So yeah, it feels like time is running out. You're so right.
It does. Yes, I don't know how to have this. I don't really, We're very blessed in the snack dimension not to have this kind of thing going on at the moment, I guess is all I can say here.
That's really nice. Yeah. I'm glad to hear that. As we all know in the snack dimension, the snack Kennedys were, as they should have been, put down, just all of them in a hail of gunfire.
That's right. Hail of gunfire. We ate them out afterwards. We had a little spittoon for spitting out the bullets. Spittoon, ting. That's what you'd hear after the Kennedy's assassination.
Kennedys.
Yeah. And the snack dimension is much better off for it, if I do say so myself.
Yeah.
And that's just me weighing in on the history of the snack dimension.
Of the snack dimension. Yes.
And I'm a snack keeper, so none of you fuckers can get mad at me about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. Well, you want to end the show?
Well, goodbye, ghosts and ghoulies. The House of Snacks is closed yet again. We'll snack you later.
For more from the House of Snacks, visit patreon.com/House of Snacks. That's patreon.com/House of SNAX.